Hi everyone, welcome to the Average USA Citizen Show. This is our 4th episode, which will be on the economy of the United States. Before I get started, I just want to thank all of you again for tuning in, and to remind you that this show is made possible by your participation. The more you participate, the better the show. So, before I get started, I just want to let you know that I'm going to change up the show a little bit this week. I am going to be talking about the economy, but I decided to add in the fact of that the president did a State of the Union, and he actually did a State of the Union on our economy. So it kind of played well into the timing of my show, and I'm excited. That's something we can talk about. I don't know if you watched it. It was on the other day. In fact, you can find it on YouTube, or you can go to the whitehouse.gov. You can pretty much find it anywhere, or one of the local TV stations' websites. If you haven't watched it yet, stop what you're doing, stop watching my show for a moment, and go watch the president's speech, okay? It's a State of the Union speech on the economy of the United States. And I don't know about you, for those of you who watched it, and I assume those of you who didn't watch it now are coming back now, so welcome back. If not, we'll just listen anyways. I don't know about you, but before I get into my spin on the economy or anything, I'm going to talk about what I thought about the whole president's speech. First of all, side note, I don't have anything personally against President Obama. I mean, he might be a nice guy. I don't know him. I mean, the only thing I know of him is what I see in the media, and you know how media is. May or may not be the truth. So, with that in mind, just remember that as I'm talking about the speech and the economy and stuff. I have nothing against President Obama personally. I don't know him, okay? And so I can't say I have anything against him. But I might have something against his, his view on the economy and his way to make changes and his actual speech. First of all, I'm going to get right down to it. Okay, if you notice, this episode is in black and white. Kind of did that as kind of a joke for myself because when I was watching the speech, I mean, come on. It was nothing but an election year State of the Union speech. This is what I've done better than you guys. It was a big commercial for what he believes, but a lot of just stuff that is never going to happen the way that the system's set up now. I mean, that's why I want you to know I don't have anything personally against Obama. I don't know him that. But, I mean, he's a great salesperson. He was really selling it, okay? But I don't believe what he's saying. And I don't believe that he can do what he says he wants to do. I just don't think it's going to be possible. Now, I'm not going to go point over point of what he said and criticize him. I'm not here to criticize him personally anyways. I'm just saying that speech was a lot of fluff, okay? First of all, if you noticed that he talked about a couple of different people that didn't have jobs, that were down on their luck, and with his support of his ideas, they were given training and they were given jobs, and then they have good lives, and then they showed them in the audience. Oh, that's priceless. Because first of all, those are rare people that are getting help, okay? Most people are still struggling to find jobs because there's not a lot of jobs, because the economy is still really bad. And I don't care what the numbers say. And yeah, I looked through what the president said, and what he said, the numbers backed up, but the numbers really didn't mean anything. Because you can have statistics and you can have numbers, but that's not what this whole thing is about, okay? you gotta sometimes read between the lines, and you have to understand too that, I mean, I can't criticize his speech because his speech was actually really good. It made his point. He was trying to sell himself for another 4 years. He wants another 4 years. In order for him to do that, he's got to change the minds of a lot of Americans, because a lot of U.S. citizens, the average U.S. citizen, average U.S. citizen, is getting tired of the way things are. If they're not already tired, they're getting tired, and they're tired of hearing him say things. Okay, and if you notice too, he kept saying, "I want change. You put a bill on my desk, and I'll sign it, and there'll be change." And that's great. Okay, but reality is it's probably not going to happen that much on both sides. The Congress is really not going to do the stuff that he wants, and even the stuff that he says is probably not going to happen. Okay, it's an election year speech. It was great. Okay, like, I have to give him the proper respect, because that was a great sales pitch. He probably got some more votes. People are probably sitting there thinking, "Hey, President Obama has the right ideas. He has things. He's got plans. He wants to make change," and that's what he was selling. But he was selling it. Was he doing it? Is he able to accomplish the things that he wants to do? That's another story. That's why I'm doing this show. It isn't just about President Obama. Actually, not just president. It's not about a specific president or anything. That it's a system. We have system problems that need to be changed with radical changes, and that's why this show came into existence, and that's why I'm here. I know I'm going a little off track. Remember, there's no editing, but bear with me. This is all going to be about the economy, because it's funny, because he talked about the economy. That was a state of address, and it tied into what I've been talking about. The past few weeks when I started the show, I've talked about education last week. I talked about healthcare the week before in my first real episode. And then this week is about the economy as a whole. All those those components all play into the economy. All of it. Plus what the president was saying. Okay, let me get back to his speech again. I know people say what he's saying, he has a lot of good ideas. And yeah, he does have a lot of good ideas. But the thing is, getting those ideas done in the system that we have, it won't happen. It's just not going to happen. Okay? And he has a lot of good ideas, because he was trying to sell America another 4 years for himself. And I'm not criticizing him. I'm not saying that he's a swindler. I don't think that either. I mean, I think he honestly wants changes, but he's not going to be able to make them the way that we have the system that we have now. And there's going to have to be radical changes. There's going to have to be less government and more private involvement. More us, more we the people, and less government, okay? Government can help, but it's not the solution to the problem. He kept saying, well, we need the government to step in and help us. No, what we need the people to step in and help each other. The problem with the banking system, the banks doing whatever they want to do and, messing around with people. You know what? That only happened because we failed. It wasn't just our elected officials, okay? They didn't just fail. We failed because we weren't putting pressure on them until it was too late. We need to take responsibility for where our country is at today. The debt, the problems, we need to step up, and we need to make the changes. Okay, getting back to the economy. I'm going to go in and out of what he was talking about and talk about what I'm talking about with the economy. First of all, what do I believe about the economy? Well, let me backtrack for a minute. Let me ask you a few questions. I kind of forgot about this, but I want to try to start off with giving you guys some questions to think about while I'm talking, so then you can respond to me, because that's what we need. Respond. We need to step up individually, and then we can go as one voice to our government to the people. Okay, so before I get all off track, so what do you think about our economy today? How do you feel about it? Do you think we're a strong economy? Do you think we are weak, or what's your opinion about it? Um, and do you think the government, President Obama, do you think they have a plan to make a difference, and a plan that's effective that will actually change the way, um, the way things are? That's the first question. Second question: what do you think we could do to help the economy? I mean, do you have ideas? Are there ideas that you have about, maybe we can change this and we could actually, help the economy? And then the last question I want to give you right now is, um, if you think that our economy is bad, that we are struggling, do you think that there's a light at the end of the tunnel? Do you think we can get better, recover, you know, build our economy back? Or do you think that we're just done? So I'm gonna go ahead and go into my thing, and then I want you to respond to me. Remember, this is just me talking right now, and my opinion. We heard the president give his opinion or his people's opinion, whatever. I mean, it's his opinion, but that was his stance. This is my state of the address or whatever. And so, but I want to hear from you, because you and me are the people. We need to make our voice count. So let's get into it. Now, how do I feel about our economy? Well, I've kind of let you already know how I feel, kind of by what I've been saying over the past few weeks. Our economy is in the dumps. I mean, that's probably not the right way to say it, but we're pretty much on life support here. And we're really on life support. Can we turn it around? Yes, we can turn it around. Will we turn it around? Don't know. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. And the only way it's going to turn around is if you and I, if we stand up and say that we want these changes made. And stop waiting for Congress or the president or the politicians or anybody else who's in charge to figure out the answer to this problem. No, we need to step up to the plate and help make the changes. Now, how could we do this? Okay, think about the economy as you, okay? When your own personal economy, your own personal stuff, okay? Now, let's say I'm working, and like most people I know, you work check to check. You're barely making it by, right? So if something happens and you get behind, you have to sacrifice to get back, so you're making, paying your bills and taking care of things, right? Well, as a country, we haven't been doing that. What we do is we just keep pouring onto the debt. And, I mean, we're severely in debt. Now, I mean, we're a strong country, and that keeps us afloat because people are still, still respect us, okay? But the world's opinion about the U.S. is slowly changing, okay? Slowly. Not over, I mean, it's not like they changed how we feel about us. That's why we're still strong. But it's changing. And our economy, our money is based on their opinion. If they think that we're not good for it, then our dollar really isn't worth a dollar. That's scary to me, number one. Because a few bad things could happen, could wipe out our country. If you don't think that, then you're going to be in there for a rude awakening. because there's a big possibility of that happening. And I know the stuff I'm talking about might seem like, oh, he's just doom and gloom and unrealistic, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. But you know what? I don't know everything. I'll tell you that. Do I know everything? No. But I do know finance, and I do know, that we're in debt that we're never going to be able to get out of unless we make some serious changes. Okay? And I've been talking about those changes. How do we get out of these changes? We have to reinforce the areas that need to be strengthened. Healthcare, education. The president is right. We need to have education needs to be changed in our country. I agree with him. I don't agree with how he's going to do it, but I agree with him. We need to make education truly available to every U.S. citizen and continue education. We have these high-tech jobs. The president said this. There's a lot of high-tech jobs. They don't have people to fill those jobs. Well, because people can't afford to go to the classes. Because one, they either have to work and they can't go to school, or they can't afford school. It's the truth. So we need to make changes like that. And as far as healthcare goes, healthcare and education are strong components of the economy. If we're not a healthy nation, we don't make money. If we're not a educated nation, we don't make money. They go hand in hand. We need to support those things. I believe they need to be supported privately. More privately, less government, okay? The president believes there needs to be more government. He does. He actually said, he's trying to say that he doesn't say that, but he says government needs to be more involved. And I say, no. That's the problem. Less government, more you and I. We need to step up. Not the president needs to step up. Not the politicians. You and I, we need to step up and say, enough's enough. The economy could fail. They talk about numbers all the time. And if you listen to reports, numbers are not everything about the economy, okay? That might sound a little weird. Well, because first of all, our money, our actual dollar, isn't based on anything except for what people think we're worth. We're not on the gold standard anymore. We haven't been for years. So that dollar is only worth what people think it's worth. So as other countries continue to think that we're not worth what we used to be worth, our dollar goes down, our economy gets weaker. Okay. Now, what do you think? How can we change this? Well, getting back to what I've been saying over the past few weeks about education and healthcare, those are two main ways that I believe that we can change our economy. We can solidify our economy. We can rebuild it and build it back up to being one of the best economies in the world. We have to make changes in our education system and in our healthcare system. We need to privatize them, and we need to rethink how we handle it. And if you listen to what I was saying in the other two episodes, you'll know what I'm talking about. Those things need to be put in effect. Now, do I know every little thing to do to make it happen? No, but I'm trying to just spark conversation. I'm trying to spark change. It starts with me and you talking about it. And then someone taking action. And then change. We need to talk about it. We need to discuss it. We need to have change. Getting back to the president's thing. I'll be honest. Again, great sales pitch. And a lot of people probably, if they watch it, they're going to be like, Whoa, man, he's just like selling everything. You either gonna think that's really good, or you're gonna think that it's phony, or you're not gonna have an opinion. Most people, I mean, it was a good sales pitch. I don't think he could do what he wants to do. I don't think Congress is gonna do what he wants to do, and he's part of the system that needs to be changed. Okay, we need to reevaluate what the government does, okay? I think the government can help us, but they need to be shrunk, and we need to step up. I keep saying the same thing, and I know I'm repeating myself a little bit, but it's important, okay? Now, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it until I'm blue in my face, I guess. We have great freedom in this country. We're a free country, and I love it. I love my country. I'm very supportive of my country, and I support the president, even though I don't believe everything he says, because I don't believe whatever anybody says. But I support him because that's the office he holds. He's the president right now. He is trying. I'm not saying. I'll tell you this, okay? I'm a Republican, okay? I vote Republican stuff. But I don't think Obama is evil or trying to do bad things or anything like that. No, I don't think that at all, actually. I don't know him, one, and I'm not going to say that that's what he's doing. In fact, I think he's trying to make changes. But the problem is, he's trying to make changes that he can't do, okay? We have to make the changes. We have to step up. We have to say, we're tired of this, so that changes will be made. I know this is an election year, okay? And I'm going to probably be talking about this a lot. We can't let this continue. If it continues the way that it's going, the country's going, it will eventually end. Mark my words. If we don't change the way we're doing things in our country, our economy, our government, the way that we're doing things, the United States will eventually end. Not that I want it to. No way. I want our country to be number one. I love our country. But there's a lot of system problems because we've tried to make it something that it wasn't. We try to make a government bigger than it should be. Let's bring back, you and I doing things. And it starts with voting. Again, I'm going off subject. It's about the economy, okay? But all this ties into the economy, everything. And you and I, to have the economy change, we need to start voting. And we need not just to vote, just to put a vote in. We need to really listen to what people are saying. Okay, if you're going to vote for president, why are you voting for this guy? Are you just voting for him because, you're a Democratic, that's the way you vote, or you're a Republican, or whatever? Or are you actually listening to what they're saying and actually watching what they do? I'll be honest, I actually don't know who I'm going to vote for yet. I've not seen a candidate that I really support. No. Because the thing is, I support system change. And all these candidates are just playing in the same old system. They're just going to take the ball and run it like they always do. Won't get the job done, there won't be any change. Okay? I'm looking for radical changes. And I'm not saying, I don't go for all that sit-in stuff or Occupy stuff. That stuff doesn't work either. That's phony baloney. I'm saying we just do stuff. Look at you and me, average U.S. citizen. We're just regular people. We're tired. I'm tired of this. We're going to come together. We're going to talk about these things. We're going to say, hey, I don't like the way our country's going. I don't like the way the economy's going. And I know what you're saying, but I'm saying this. You know what? To help the economy, give me health. Let's make healthcare affordable for everyone. Let's make it available to everyone. I know that the money that we're spending as the government right now for healthcare, We can, if we rethought the way that we handle things, we can make it a healthcare available to all U.S. citizens, which we should. Number one thing, we should make it available to all U.S. citizens. We need to get that in control. Number one. Number two, we need to get education in control. I believe education is number one, too. Like, two number ones. Healthcare and education. Wait, that didn't look good. But, no, actually, we need healthcare is another major foundational part of the economy. Well, healthcare and education. We need to make education important. We need to fund it. We need to make it available. We need to make it financially available. That means we need to stop raising the dang prices. Okay? I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Books are too expensive. Classes are too expensive. You can't even go to community college anymore. It's too expensive. Okay? We need to make education more affordable to every U.S. citizen. If we do those two things, if we start with education and healthcare, and we do those things like I'm talking about, our economy will change. It will change. You know, I know that if we can put in healthcare, if we can guarantee healthcare coverage for individuals, all U.S. citizens, and we can guarantee that all U.S. citizens have the ability to have an education and continue education to make our country smarter, our economy will blow through the roof. Why? Because we also enjoy the most freedoms. Because we also have so wide variety of people that we're a rocking country, you know? I know that sounds funny, whatever, but we're a really cool country, okay? We can be even more cooler if we just took care of each other and did what we were supposed to do. You know, our forefathers, they framed this Constitution, they put in this government, they didn't put it there to run everything. It was supposed to be a guide. It was supposed to be there as a support. You know, now it's like, government, we will control, and we will make the changes. But see, that's not the way it should be. It should be, we the people here, government over here. People, government, okay? People, big, government, small. That's the way it was supposed to be. And that's the way it should be. So I know I've kind of rambled and went off point this week a little bit, only because, you know, the president kind of hit my, you know, spurred me on this way. But I did talk about the economy, because I believe to wrap it up, my belief, I'll tell you my belief, but then I want to hear yours. I want to hear what you think. Am I totally off base? Am I totally wrong? If I am, let me know. Type it in. Or just let me know. Put a video response, you know? You won't offend me if you think I'm wrong. I mean, I know that I don't know everything, but I also know I know some. And I also know we can make changes. Okay, so to sum up what I believe the economy is in critical condition. I believe it can be saved, but the only way it's going to be saved is if we make radical changes. The reason why I talked about education, healthcare, and then the economy was because I believe the two major foundational parts of the economy, healthcare and education, will make our economy grow stronger. If we make the changes in those two areas, that'll be a start to a change of our economy. We'll see jobs come back. We'll see companies come back. We'll see our citizens get smarter and be able to do more things. And we'll see our country be more healthy, mentally, physically, and economically. That's what I believe will make a difference in our country. Now I want to hear what you think. Do you think our economy is as bad as I'm saying? Do you think, what do you think about the president? What did he say? Give me your opinion. There's plenty of ways you can contact me. You can leave a message here on YouTube. You can do a video post. I'm open to that. I'm open to, emails. I have several different ways you can contact me, and I'll give all that again down below so all of you can remember to do that. But I need to hear from you. We need to talk about this. I can't change this on my own. I'm going to try to voice my opinions and to voice my opinions through my vote and to talk to the people that I need to talk to try to inspire the change. But I can't do anything on my own. It's us. We the people. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. That sounds kind of familiar, right? Well, it starts with we the people, and there's a reason why. Because it always starts with we the people. And we the people need to stand up, and we the people need to be heard, and we the people need to take responsibility. See, I know everybody always says, well, we need to stand up, and we need to make a change, and we need to get out there, and we need to let them know. Before we do all that, we need to take responsibility for the way it's gotten, the way it is. Let's get realistic. The mess that we're in is the mess we created ourselves. We allowed this to happen. I allowed this to happen. You allowed this to happen. We all allowed this to happen. We the people dropped the ball. Now it's time for you and me to take that ball and run with it and make the changes that need to be made. And I know that we can do that. And I know that together, here, talking about it, will start the changes that need to be made. So remember, stay tuned next week for another episode of The Average USA Citizen. Next week will be a surprise show. What will it be on? Stay tuned. Maybe check up on our Facebook page. Maybe there'll be a hint coming out pretty soon what our next show will be on. But remember, with great freedom comes great responsibility. I'm David, I'm your host. See you next time.